Hello, everyone. It's the interview queen, Alicia Toot here, and I'm absolutely psyched to welcome you all to my interview with Terrence Ruffin. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Alicia?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? How are you holding up with everything going on?
I can't complain. Everything's my day is pretty much the same as it always is. I go to the gym, I go to the grocery store, I come home, and yeah, it's pretty boring. So yeah.
I was going to ask, what are some of the things you've been doing to try to keep that boredom at bay? I know a lot of people have, kind of dove into cooking or a bunch of random things. So has anything come up for you, or is it just like you've hit that
Nah,
level of boredom?
yo, this is my normal life, honestly. So it's been nothing much has changed. Only thing that's different is I buying like a kayak this weekend. I just moved into a new place, and there's like a river right outside my door that leads to the ocean, and I was
Oh,
gonna start kayaking. Yeah.
that sounds absolutely incredible. You just say that like it's nothing, but that sounds amazing.
So yeah, I'm excited for that. I've been looking, and I think I found one that I like. I'm gonna get it like this week. So kayaks are expensive, for sure. But yeah, I'm excited.
That's super cool. And something I actually discovered about you is that you're apparently a decent artist and really enjoy drawing. So have you drawn anything neat lately, or what are some of the subjects that you actually enjoy drawing?
Man, I haven't drawn in a while, so but I'm very much into art. I When I was younger, I applied for art school and everything, and I passed the test. I just wasn't old enough to go at the time, but um, I draw a lot of different things. I think the biggest I like to draw a lot of anime stuff, honestly, and just like a lot of surrealism too. I did a lot of pastel work when I was younger, and I sold a few of those pastel paintings too. Yeah, so just a little bit all over the place.
Do you ever plan on posting more of your artwork, or now since we are in these quarantine days, maybe revisiting that passion of yours?
I was trying to. A friend of mine, she gave me a a new notebook to draw in, but I honestly haven't had a lot of time to focus on it just yet. But no, I definitely want to get back into doing more. But man, it's just a lot of I'm doing a lot. I'm really busy and just trying to make time for that. It's kind of tough sometimes.
Right. I know that one of the things keeping you busy is the fact that you're an online coach, helping people with some absolutely amazing transformations. I know you post some side by sides, and it's incredible how your help is helping these people out. So, when did you realize that you not only wanted to stay in great shape yourself, but also help others do the same?
Oh man, it's been that was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. My pastor at the time, he asked me to coach him for a show. I had no idea and didn't really want to, but he kept asking me. So I was like, all right. And he looked great. I didn't really know much. I just got lucky, to be honest with you. But over the time, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is how I can make a living doing what I love, and it'll give me more time because at the time I was in the military and bodybuilding at my level and the military wasn't a great duo. So I've been doing this full time for maybe about 3 years. Yeah, coaching for 3 years full time.
I know that you spend a lot of time in the gym and helping others with their workouts. So, is there one thing you see people do while at the gym that really annoys you or kind of gets under your skin?
The only thing that gets under my skin is like bad trainers that don't know anything coaching people in the gym, training people in the gym, and I'm like, dude, like, and you can just tell like they haven't invested any type of money or even time into learning their craft. I'm like, if you're gonna do something, at least learn. And I mean, I've been in that gym for a while, in this gym for a while now, and if they were getting better, okay, that's cool. But they're kind of staying in that same
They're
place.
just not.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, oh my god. And every day I'm thinking like maybe I should talk to one of their clients and tell them like give them some tips, or maybe I'm like maybe I should talk to the trainer, give them some tips. But I feel like that's not my place, so I just kind of leave it alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that puts you in like a rock and a hard place because you really do want to step up and be like, hey man, you're totally teaching this incorrectly. Because it's not fair to the person that's paying money, right? Like I can only
Mhm.
imagine.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely not fair to the person paying whatsoever. And like I said, like if I went up to the person, and that's kind of messed up. I'm like messing up the person's money, and then I just feel like a lot of times if I go up to the trainer, they won't take it in the right way. I would say,
When it comes to this whole journey, you started competing at 19, you turned pro at 21, and I started my interviewing site at 17 and then started interviewing celebrities around 19. So
Oh,
I remember, I'm just bringing this up because I remember giving up my
yeah.
social life, time, those luxuries, because everything was about my brand and growing my name. So what was it like for you giving up those kind of luxuries that most kids at that age did have?
I didn't really think about it at the time. Looking back, I talk about it a lot, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, I turned pro very, very young at 21. Started bodybuilding at 19, and throughout that period of time, like yeah, a lot of luxuries, like having a smartphone, buying the newest pair of shoes, just all types of things like that. I couldn't afford. Every dime I had went towards bodybuilding and my food and my supplements and my education because I got certified a couple different certifications. Uh, so yeah, it didn't really. I was so busy, it didn't seem like a hard thing at the time. But not looking, but once I was kind of done and I got the pro card and I could kind of chill out a bit, I was like, yeah, I don't really have too many people to hang out with. Haven't hung out and done anything for like 2 years. Like, yeah, it was kind of a weird
Yeah.
place to be in. Yeah.
I remember that, and I was like, I was literally at gigs or wrestling shows every single night doing my job, and I'm
Yeah.
like, where did all my friends go? Like, this is bizarre. And then you kind of feel bad, and you start going out again
Yeah.
and kind of reform relationships. And like, man,
Mhm.
I felt like an ass. I felt so bad putting my job first, but it's like if we didn't, we wouldn't, be kind of where we're at. So it's a weird thing to
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
about.
No, it's definitely true. Yeah, and I have a hard time balancing that even now. I have a select few friends, and I actually have to like remind myself, and it's like a thing I have to work on like a friendship, especially as you get older. You have to work on friendships because you got all these other things like your job, and then as you get older, you start to have a family, and then it's kind of tough sometimes if you don't actually like focus on those friendships. So at least for me, it is. So that's what I work on. I make sure I call everybody at least once a week now, or at least like say, hey, what's up? Um, or at least every other week. But yeah, yeah. So that's one thing I've been trying to do.
I feel like even talking to you now, like you are really open about things. And I was reading some of your stories because you did a Q&A and like you were just answering stuff super bluntly and honest. And something
Yeah.
I'm the same way because something you shared recently was actually really heartfelt, and it was about the 2020 Arnold Classic as you competed in the physique category and placed second. And you mentioned like no one likes to talk about losing, and I mean looking at second, like that's still a ridiculously insane achievement. But in all honesty, how often do you kind of reflect on that moment and use that as drive for future competitions, especially with the Olympia on the horizon?
So no, this is cool. And man, I'm surprised you did like really, really good research like about me. But which is why I'm like
Thanks.
laughing a lot. I'm like, whoa, okay, okay, this is
I did
cool.
tell him in the beginning before we started recording. He goes to me like, I don't know what you're gonna ask me, but I'm ready. Like almost, he was almost ready for cookie cutter like crappy questions. But no, no, no.
Yeah, no, it's good, it's good. Yeah, you earned that title, interview queen already. Like 3 questions in. Um, but but yeah, that was tough. That was really tough, and it was a lot of things going into that show. One, with me being away from the stage for so long, and two, um, my coach, we had planned to do that show together, and he passed away about 7 months before the show, 6 7 months. So really going into that show, I wanted to do very well, not only for me, but just to kind of like that to be like a great like kind of ending to like our time together. And yeah, it was really tough. It was really tough. Alex, the guy who beat me, he's a great guy. I put my all into that show, and I'm still very, very happy with the place. And like you said, second at the honor was great,
Yeah.
um, for sure, for sure. And it's in my opinion, that's probably like the the showing that I consider my best so far. So I'm very happy about that. Um, but yeah, it was definitely tough. I went home and I was just really, really sad for a little bit, but You get over it, and then like you said, you use that as motivation moving forward. Like I remember my first competition, I placed dead last. I'm like, yo, I don't ever want to get dead last again. So like that year and a half from that first show to my pro card, like it was 100% focus, and I didn't lose. I never came in last again.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
You really just can't wait to actually get back on stage, in a few months at the Olympia. You've done a couple shows, it looks like, in between. But I mean, have you been working on anything differently, training wise or routine wise?
Um, Training wise is pretty similar. I keep my training I haven't changed my training much at all over the last 10 months. As for other things, I would say, yeah, I had a lot planned for this year. Like not competition wise, but just everything surrounding like bodybuilding wise. So like I had a lot of seminars I wanted to do, a lot of guest postings I wanted to do, and there was the rock show I got invited to, which was amazing. I was supposed to do a lot there, and then I also wanted to get into performance arts. Uh, I consider posing a performance art, so I wanted to do that in front of artists. So that was a plan too. There's actually the organization's called Raw Artists, and the first one I went to was in Montreal actually,
Oh,
and it
cool.
was it was an amazing event. And so watching that, I was like, this is awesome. I want to do this. So I was on my way to sign up for the first one, sign up for that this year, but all those plans are just moving over to next year.
Right,
Yeah,
I feel you. I feel you. There's so much stuff that's been put on hold or that we were supposed to do, and you kind of have to think like there's so much worse going on in the world. You almost take a step back and realize, it'll all come full circle and it'll happen for us eventually.
exactly. Yeah. It's just, and you get more time to get better, perfect whatever you're trying to do. So when I bring it to the stage, it'll be an even better product. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I'm really excited to see wherever you hit the stage next. I'm psyched for this journey. It's been so lovely being able to talk to you. So thank you for taking the time and coming on here.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Of course, everyone, this has been Terrence Ruffin. I'm the interview queen, Alicia Toot. Be sure to check out aliciatoot.com for all exclusive interviews and features, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.